On page 865, you can see the picture. This is where Mercutio is kind of giving him some of the puns, right? He's saying, well, if you're going to talk to us, why don't you couple with something? Make it a word and a blow. He's talking about like make a fist punch, but if you interpret it the other way, it could be saying, kiss my butt or whatever, right? So Tybalt says, well, peace be with you. Here comes my man. I'm looking for Romeo. Of course, Romeo shows up on the scene. He says, look, I love your name as dearly as I love my own. I'm not going to fight you today. This isn't going to happen. And Tybalt just keeps pushing he says, boy, this shall not excuse the injuries you've done me. He said, what you want with me, I am for you, which means let's fight. So really, Tybalt is really pushing this scene forward while Romeo and a little bit Mercutio are trying to not have a fight. They are talking bad to each other. Of course, the famous line on page 867, I am hurt, a plague on both your houses. What has he gone away and has no marks? So now Mercutio is kind of encouraging Romeo to go get revenge. And Mercutio cannot resist the pun on his own death. He says, come tomorrow and you shall find me a grave man. I am worm's meat, right? Worm's meat means he's buried in the ground, right? Worms can be, okay? So what I want to do is just take a few seconds so you can kind of watch how this scene unfolds, okay? Go ahead and hit play on that and then flash that camera up there at the screen so that they can see what they're seeing.
Art thou hurt?
Aye, a scratch. A scratch! Aye, a scratch. A scratch!
Courage, man. The hurt cannot be much.
'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. Both your houses. They've made worms meat of me. A plague on both your houses!
Okay, so that's the line there, a plague on both your houses. So, your reading response question is, who is at fault for Mercutio's death, and who is at fault for Tybalt's death? What do you think? Ben?
I think Romeo is at fault for Mercutio's death because he got in the way, and because of that, Mercutio couldn't stop what was coming at him. But I think Tybalt was at fault for his own death, because if you keep trying to get into fights, you'll win at first, but eventually you're going to lose, and in his case, he died.
Okay, so maybe a couple lines to back you up. Romeo does say later that getting married had made him feminine, which means like he had kind of dropped his guard there for a second. So if you wanted to blame Romeo, that might be a good one to do. And of course, you're blaming Tybalt for his own death. Well, I mean, I think you can go with the simple line, 80, I am for you, which if you read the side note says, like, I will fight with you, which is what Tybalt says all the time, right? Anybody else want to chime in here real quick? Yes.
Well, I think it's both of them is Tybalt's fault because he's the one who keeps on challenging them and not backing off and always going for a fight instead of peace. When like Romeo's like, I don't want to fight you.
Yeah, you know what? And the good line for you to pick would probably be 63. He says, boy, this shall not excuse the injuries you've done to me. But really, how has Romeo injured Tybalt? I mean, he married his cousin, maybe? I'm not sure. Yeah.
I think both of the families are at fault because you can't argue and fight if like no one else fights back.
Yeah.
And like that's why he cursed both houses is because they were both wrong.
And from here on out, that plague on both your houses, the curse, You're going to see a lot of mixed messages. A lot of things get messed up. The whole rest of this play is there's a curse. Any time there's a little glimmer of hope, then it gets put out, right? Yeah.
Well,